As I walk down the hallway to my room, I often think of my mother passing away from Parkinson's disease last year. About 50,000 Americans are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease each year, with more than 1.5 million Americans affected at any given time. One out of six people will be affected with some type of neurological disorder. This is a day in the life of Mr. Robert Long. His trip to his room from the hallway, as you can see, is very taxing and could become very volatile. But however, he's made it safely, and we thank God for that. Okay, you can do it. Okay. Okay. I don't want to come in back. That's why I asked you. Thank you. Flexibility of his hands, or the manual dexterity. But he does have the intelligence that many people overlook because of the outward being. Look, 20 years younger. That's a shame, it will do to you. I see your smile coming out. This is Mr. Robert Long, and this is his true life story. Once again, this is the face of Parkinson's. This is the face of triumph. This is my story. My father was a truck driver, and my mother worked in a factory. I was born in Southgate, California, and raised in the Bay Area in El Sobrante. In 1963, I graduated from Humboldt State University with a bachelor's degree in forestry. I was a member of Delta Sigma Phi fraternity. After graduating, I enlisted in the Army for 2 years as an instructor in teletype. After 1 year, I was elected Instructor of the Month in 1965. Then after 2 years, I was offered a commission in the reserve. After the Army, I worked with the California Division of Forestry as a management trainee for a year, then 1 year as a foreman for the inmates in forestry, okay? And also as a manager of an air tanker base in Fresno. During this critical transition of finding my occupational path, I was sent orders to leave for Vietnam. I stayed up all night and prayed. The next day, the orders were rescinded. I decided to move to Nevada. There I pursued forestry in the state of Nevada. I successfully passed the test and worked for 12 years in charge of forest management nursery programs and growing trees, shrubs for shelter belts. In the 1970s, I was entrusted to care for 14,000 acres in the east side of Lake Tahoe named Whittle Estate. In 1971, I regularly appeared on Reno's television channel KCRL, sharing my expertise in forestry programs. In 1977, the Desert Forestry chose me to travel to Israel for 1 month to teach. What I taught was how to grow trees in the desert. Additionally, I was a coordinator for the Nevada Governor's Task Force investigating the state's environment, which I was elected by the governor. My research yielded results became law in the state of Nevada. I have written many publications that have appeared in the Fish and Game magazines. One of my greatest accomplishments was rebuilding a dilapidated house for my family to live in. Lastly, I have 5 children: Zachary, Tara, Thomas, Elizabeth, Bach, and Robert. We thoroughly enjoyed traveling around the United States via Amtrak. And also, I loved hunting and fishing with the extended family in Arkansas. I'm currently working with the Veterans Hospital to find a cure for Parkinson's disease. My days are sometimes good or better than most. However, it does not subdue me, and I keep fighting. I continue to use a device that helps me communicate with others.
Thank you for allowing me to express myself. Let's put our brains together and support brain research. Let's